My family, just a couple of weeks ago, the tabloids were whining and complaining that Prince Harry did not come to the UK to attend Jack Mann's wedding. They call Jack Mann Harry's best man. That's what they called him, my family. That he was Harry's best man. And they said it's a sign that Harry has cut off his life in the UK. And today, here is what they are saying. Prince Harry does not talk to any of his old friends or his former nanny, Tiggy, Harry, in his memoir spare, said he was one of the beloved figures in his life. Now, my family, here is what the tabloids are truly complaining about. They're complaining that Prince Harry is not talking to people who would feed them gossip about either Harry or Meghan. That is what they are really complaining about. That right now, they have no sources whatsoever close to Harry and Meghan. Zero sources are feeding them information about what Harry and Meghan are doing in the US. They have no knowledge. They know nothing. And that is what hurts the tabloids so much, because they are so used to invading on Harry's privacy. They're so used to invading Harry's privacy. And that's why it hurts them so much that right now they have no sources feeding them information about Harry and Meghan. That is what they are really angry about. When they say, hey, look, Harry is not coming to Jack Mann's wedding, first of all, it's because they want something to be able to talk about, to attack Harry with. Well, guess what? They ain't getting nothing. They ain't getting nothing from Harry or Meghan. They are not going to get anything. And no wonder they have been creating stories about Prince Harry and Meghan. Stories full of lies about Harry and Meghan because they know nothing. My family. And they are lying about them, hoping that Harry and Meghan respond. That's why they came up with that nonsense that Harry and Meghan had asked to fly in Air Force One. How could Harry and Meghan have asked that? And yet, they had events to attend, my family, even after the public, ceremony of the Queen's state funeral, my family. Even later on that day, my family, Harry and Meghan attended the private ceremony where the Queen was laid to rest. A ceremony attended by family members only. So my family, the story was an obvious lie. But they're lying, hoping that Harry and Meghan can say, hey, look, the story is false. But even if Harry and Meghan do that, my family, it won't stop them from lying. That's just how they are. They want clicks. Clickbait of lying about Prince Harry and Meghan. And right now, they're angry because they have no sources to brief them about Harry and Meghan. And right now, they're whining and complaining and mourning that Prince Harry does not talk to any of his old friends. How would you know that? Unless the so-called old friends came to you and told you, hey, look, Harry won't speak to us anymore. And if that is what they have done, and I'm assuming that's what they've done, gone to Daily Mail or other tabloids to whine, moan, and complain that Harry won't talk to them, my family, then it proves Harry's point. It proves that they are the people who have been feeding these tabloids stories about Harry and Meghan. That is what we can see. That is what we are learning, my family. And my family, allow me to just read you this story that has just come out, my family. That somehow Prince Harry does not speak to his old friends or his former nanny, Tiggy. My family, first of all, here is what Kaiser said about this story. And I quote, "I recently realized that September is going to be chaotic in royal gossip, mostly because of the Invictus Games in Dusseldorf. Well, there'll be good and fun gossip around the games, and hopefully Prince Harry and Meghan's week-long appearances in Germany. Let's also be very clear. The Windsors will do the most throughout the games because they want their attention. We'll see Buckingham Palace and also William's office, Kensington Palace, launch new smear campaigns ahead of the Invictus Games. And royal sources will be chatting up all of the royal reporters all month. I would also imagine that Kate and William will be sent out to make fools of themselves in the middle of the games. Just something to keep your eye on. And my family, speaking of which, the tabloids' current talking points about Harry and Meghan are along the lines of, and I quote, "Meghan has isolated Harry from everyone in the UK." They're saying that because the few people on good terms with Harry and Meghan refuse to leak stories about Harry and Meghan. My family, I love what Kaiser said. I love what Kaiser has said. And my family, it's extremely true. My family, September, we are going to be seeing Harry and Meghan a lot. We'll be seeing Prince Harry and Meghan a lot, my family, due to the Invictus Games, which I'm very, very happy about. And my family, during that time, you will see the royal family somehow doing some so-called engagements to try and get the attention on them. My family, that is what people will be able to see at that time. And there'll be so much sources briefing my family. And also, I recall that during the last Invictus Games in Netherlands, there was this cruise ship. He went all the way to Netherlands. And my family, he said he wasn't there because of Harry and Meghan. And then we saw his face trying to get a picture of Prince Harry and Meghan at the Invictus Games. And also briefing ITV, where he works, about the Invictus Games. And yet, Harry and Meghan don't work with the Royal Rotor. My family. But they want that access. They want to speak to Harry. That closeness to Prince Harry. That is what they want so, so badly. They want stories, my family. They want to be fed something about Harry and Meghan. They want insiders close to Harry and Meghan. My family. It's for that reason that you see them trying to somehow demand that Harry and Meghan go to Mexico to speak to Thomas Markle, because they want an inside Harry and Meghan's lives, my family. They want to intrude on Harry and Meghan's privacy. That is what they want. My family, that's what they want. And my family, if it's true that friends, so-called old friends of Harry, are going whining, mourning, complaining to Daily Mail, Harry does not speak to me ever since he met Meghan. Well, that proves Harry right of the people who have been briefing against him to the Daily Mail. My family. And the only reason Daily Mail and other tabloids are complaining about Harry not speaking to these so-called old friends is because they have no sources close to Harry who can brief them anything. Because right now they have no access to Prince Harry. That is what they are truly complaining about. Lack of access to Harry. Lack of stories being fed to them by palace sources, palace insiders. Friends close to Harry and Meghan have said this about Harry and Meghan. They don't have that. They don't have that right now. And that's why they're whining, mourning, and complaining. That's why they're saying, hey, look, Prince Harry does not speak to any of his old friends or even his former nanny, Tiggy. My family, just kindly hear this. My family, here is what they are saying. Prince Harry has isolated himself by ditching his British friends and so-called trusted advisors after moving to the US and is living in a bubble. My family, I get what they're saying this. I get why they're saying this, my family. I get why they're saying this. Because these are the so-called British friends who have been leaking stories about Harry and Meghan. And now the well has run dry. They can't leak anything because they have no access to Harry and Meghan to leak anything. That's what Daily Mail and other so-called royal experts are complaining about. My family. And first of all, if these people are trusted advisors, as they would like to frame it when they say that this is Harry's friends, my family, Harry's friends don't speak with Daily Mail or tabloids that have bullied Meghan and Prince Harry. They simply just don't, my family. Their friends don't speak to tabloids who abuse Harry and Meghan. A tabloid that caused so much stress towards Meghan that Meghan suffered a miscarriage. Harry and Meghan don't speak to such a tabloid. Their friends don't speak to those kinds of tabloids. My family, my family, apparently, Carnival of so-called expert Richard Eden and the Daily Mail columnist Sarah Vine discussed Prince Harry's supposed fallout with Johnny Hornby, who stepped down as a trustee from Harry's charity Centre Ball. Sarah Vine said that Prince Harry is constantly pulling away from his British roots as he settles into life in the US. My family, I hope that it dawns on them that they're not going to get Harry back. They abused Meghan, hoping that she would leave Harry. She did not. Harry left with Meghan. They hoped Meghan would leave Harry. Just leave. She never did. Harry left the UK with Meghan. And to this day, they have never been able to get over losing Harry, who they view as their own personal property. My family. Because if you wanted him there, all you had to do is treat him and Meghan with respect And even when Harry came to the UK for his court case, you see Harry being abused even more. And then somehow they're wondering, we are seeing Harry, right now, basically pulling away from his roots in Britain. Stop whining and complaining. It's because of you that Harry left. So stop whining and complaining. And my family, please kindly also hear this, what is being said. They're saying that I hear that Harry does not talk to any of his old friends. He does not listen to any of his old advisors. People like Tiggy, who used to be important helping Prince Harry. They are just not there anymore. Sarah Vine said, Miss Tiggy was Prince William and Prince Harry's nanny before becoming a personal assistant to then Prince Charles. She is believed to stay close to the royals well into their adulthood, my family, and is said to be the godmother to Archie, Prince Harry and Meghan's eldest child. That's what basically is being said, my family. And my family, if these people are the ones who are complaining that Harry won't speak to them, my family, it's clear that they are the ones who have been leaking stories about Harry and Meghan to the press. In my family, let me go right back to Harry's memoir Spare, where Harry speaks about Tiggy, my family, an important person in his life, my family. And my family, I want to mention a part where Harry mentioned Tiggy, my family. My family, here is when he mentioned Tiggy, a part whereby I feel like it's important. And I quote, Willie said, I was a fine one to talk about cooperating with the press. What about my chat with Oprah? A month earlier, Meg and I had done an interview with Oprah Winfrey. Days before it aired, those Meg is a bully stories began popping up in the papers. What a coincidence. Since leaving Britain, the attacks on us have been increasing exponentially ever since Harry and Meghan left Britain. We had to try something to make it stop. Being silent wasn't working. It was only making it worse. We felt we had no choice. Several close mates and beloved figures in my life, including one of you and Emily's sons, Emily herself, and even Tiggy, had chastised me. For Oprah, how could you reveal such things about your family? I told them that I failed. To see how speaking to Oprah was any different from what my family and their staff had done for decades, briefing the press on the slide, planning stories. I want to repeat that. I told them that I failed to see how speaking to Oprah was any different from what my family and their staff had done for decades, briefing the press on the slide, planting stories. My family are not about the endless books on which they cooperated, starting with Parr's 1994 crypto autobiography with Jonathan Dimbleby, or Camilla's collaborations with the editor, Jody Gregg. The only difference was that Meg and I were upfront about it. We chose an interviewer who was above reproach, and we did not once hide behind phrases like palace sources we let people see the words coming out of our mouths. Harry told that to Nanny Tiggy. And my family, something came to me today, my family. Something came to my mind today. My family, Nanny Tiggy would come to Prince Harry, tell him, Harry, why would you say such things about your family? She never went to Meghan. Why? Why is that? No, because I was thinking about this today. Why is that? Because Prince Harry, I'll answer that question because I have the answer. Because Prince Harry was never the target of the attacks on the royal family. Harry was never ever the target. My family, the target was Meghan, Harry's wife, Harry's biracial wife. She was the target. Meghan is the one that was the target. It was Meghan they were trying to abuse out of Harry's life and continue trying to do. Meghan. As Harry said in an interview with Stephen Colbert, he said they abused Meghan, believing that she would leave. They never expected that I would leave with her because the target was Meghan. That's why they don't ask Meghan, Meghan, how could you say this about the royal family? They don't ask Meghan that. They ask Harry because Harry was not the target. My family, it's Meghan. Meghan was the main target. And Meghan even called herself, because she knew what she was, in the Harry and Meghan docuseries, that she was the target. Meghan said she was the target because she knew she was the target. My family. And that's why they go to Harry, ask Harry, Harry, how could you say such things about your family? Because it's Meghan whom the papers were abusing. Meghan, who the tabloid media were racially abusing. It's Meghan whom they bullied throughout her pregnancy. Meghan, she was the target, not really Harry. My family, not really Harry. It's Meghan who was the target and continues to be the target even right now, despite fleeing the UK 3 years ago. Meghan still is the target. And my family, that's why Nanny Tiggy would chastise Harry, telling him, Harry, how could you say certain things about the royal family? And yet they do know that members of the royal family, the palace, leak stories about Harry and Meghan to the press, with the main target being Meghan here. Main target being Meghan. While Harry was even promoting his memoir spare, he said, and I quote, this all started with them, members of the royal family, leaking and briefing against my wife, against Meghan, my family. And that's why Harry even did his memoir, did the Oprah interview, did the Harry and Meghan docuseries. That's why he did what he did, my family. Speak up, because that is what a man should do. Protect his wife and children. Because the royal family don't care about Meghan, nor Archie, nor Lilibet. And also, they don't care about Prince Harry. The tabloids here want Harry back because they want to finish destroying the spare, like what they've done throughout history. That's why they want Harry back. That's why they feel so upset that Harry left. That's why they want him back to the UK. They want to be able to have those sources briefing them about Prince Harry. That's what they want, to profit off of Harry and ensure that Harry, is miserable and happy to embiggen William the heir. My family, that's what they want. And my family, Harry is right to keep his distance from his abusers, because the abusers right now are complaining that Harry is not talking to them, that Harry is not telling them anything, which they then would go and tell Daily Mail. Clearly, that is what even Daily Mail is upset about my family. Now, my family, a carnival of so-called expert called Rebecca, said that his old friends from childhood have always been considered safe pairs of hands. They are people who have Harry's best interest genuinely at heart. There was a time he would listen to them, and you lose those friends at your peril. Your best friends are the one who genuinely tell you the truth if you've made the wrong decision. And these friends are complaining to Daily Mail that ever since Harry met Meghan, he won't talk to us. Things have changed, my family. And they have changed for the better. They have changed for the better, for Harry's own good, my family. Let me just kindly say that, my family. Because if what's better is standing there idly by and watching as your pregnant wife is being abused and vilified, my family, that's not what's best for Harry. My family, a man must protect his wife and kids. A real man must do that, keep his family safe. And that's what Harry has done and continues to do. Love his children, keep them safe from tabloid abusers, my family, from tabloid racists masquerading as journalists. So a man should do, protect his wife and kids. My family, and my family, if these are the friends who go blabbing to Daily Mail, then I can see why Harry does not speak to them. My family, and also here is what was basically said. After Richard added that he can feel that Harry is isolated after moving abroad. Sarah Vine said that it feels like Harry's very isolated to me. After you get married, when things get tough, it's good to have people that outdated your marriage. That Harry is in a new environment and he doesn't have any of his own friends. It's all American and all Meghan. That's what Sarah Vine said. My family, once again, I'm even more convinced. These are the people who went blabbing to tabloids, to the UK media, and feeding them stories about Prince Harry for money. And my family, these are not friends. My family, as I've always said, whoever wants to be in Harry's life will be there in Harry's life. Whoever wants to be there in Harry's life will be in Harry's life. My family. And those who don't, won't be. And Harry has all the friends he needs in the US. And yes, if they're American, then that's good. He has friends at work, at Better Up. He has a friend, Nacho Figueras. My family. Those are his true friends. My family. People who love him. People who care for him. And he also cares for my family. And my family, Harry ain't isolated. my family. And also, you can see that Sarah Vine is hoping that Harry and Meghan's marriage won't survive, won't do well, my family. You know? Because she's hoping that things will get tough for Harry and Meghan. That the marriage will be on the rocks. That's what she's hoping for will happen to Harry and Meghan. That's what she wants to happen to Prince Harry and Meghan. My family. That's what she wants. And she wants people who call themselves all friends of Harry to be there by Harry's side. To try and lure Harry back to the UK, where his abusers are. People who have been leaking stories about him to the press. People who whine about Harry to Daily Mail. That's what they want. Of course, that's what they want. That access to Harry. That having Harry back in the UK to be miserable and happy, to lose his wife and kids, that's what they want, my family. And they'll never ever get that. Never ever get that, my family. And they're saying that Harry was in a bit of a bubble, which wasn't healthy. My family, I have read Harry's memoir spare. I have read Harry's memoir spare. No, we have read Harry's memoir spare. We know what his life was like in the UK, in Britain. We know it for a fact. Yesterday, I was reading an excerpt from Harry's memoir spare, where Harry would say of how he was being hit by paparazzi, sent by tabloids to try and evoke a reaction from them, from Prince Harry, my family. That way Harry gets angry, starts fighting with them, and then they'll make a fortune. That was his life. The army also, I read that excerpt, whereby the head of the army, even called out the press over their, and I quote, overwrought coverage of Harry going to Afghanistan. And my family, Harry says he was sad. He felt really bad because at first he was told he could not go with his fellow soldiers to Afghanistan. He was upset. He felt broken and sad because of that, because of what happened. My family. And then also, we have read Harry's memoir spare. He says, my family, in his life, he has always been persecuted by the press. But somehow, the same ones are the ones who are like, Harry's in a bubble, that ain't healthy. Because they want Harry in a place whereby they can be able to leak stories about him, invade his privacy. That's what they want. Harry protecting his circle, protecting his friends, keeping his circle of friends, my family, in a bubble, my family. Clearly hurts the media because they can't get any story about Prince Harry. That's what they're really complaining about. No stories about Harry and Meghan. No insider information about Prince Harry and Meghan. That is what they're truly complaining about. My family. That's what they're really complaining about. And they're saying that Harry is sad that he hasn't returned to Africa. Kaiser says this, my family. Harry led an American congressional delegation through several African countries last August. My family. Perhaps they forgot about that. My family. And he did that, and no one bothered him. No one bothered Harry at all. There were no leaks, no nothing, no leaks. My family. We only saw it after it was all over. Then we learned about what had happened. And my family also, here is what Kaiser said. As for Harry being isolated in California, it's pure projection. Because of all this deranged people miss this version of Harry, who was isolated and abused by his extended family and the press, by William, by Charles, K. Camilla. That's the Harry they miss. The Harry they were so used to abusing my family. The prince who was trapped in that gilded cage, in that cycle of trauma and dysfunction. They want that prince. My family, Harry, has people he trusts and respects in the UK, but they are not sending him out to the Daily Mail. My family. And Harry, I'm sure, adores Tiggy. But they are both adults. And they're not going to live in each other's pockets anymore, my family. Harry has his own family. Harry has his own kids. Harry is a married man. He won't come dancing for the press, performing for them, to perform for them, like what the press want him to do, perform for them. Harry is not going to do that. My family, Harry will not be doing that, performing for the press, because what they want is stories, drama. That's what they want. And Harry won't perform for them. And all these people who are whining and moaning about Prince Harry, oh, he won't talk to us. You're proving Harry right not to talk to you. Because no one who is a true friend of Harry goes whining and complaining and mourning to Daily Mail, a tabloid Harry blames for causing so much stress to Meghan that Meghan suffered a miscarriage. No friend of Harry speaks to Daily Mail. No friend of Prince Harry. My family. No friend of Prince Harry. I mean, do 40-year-old men continually contact their nannies? Come on. My family, they want Harry trapped in that cycle of trauma. That suffering, my family, passed on from father to child. They wanted it to be passed on to Harry, from Harry to his kids. That's why they want to destroy Harry and Meghan's marriage, to also destroy Archie and Lilibet's lives. So that Archie and Lilibet will grow up in a broken home with parents who live, separately. That's what they want also, to pass it on from Harry to his kids also. And Harry has said, look, as a father, if I've gone through suffering, I won't let my kids go through the same thing. And Harry is raising his kids in America, not in the UK. My family, not in the UK. And he's doing the right thing. And my family, what tabloids are really complaining about is that lack of access to Prince Harry. They have no sources who claim to be friends of Harry briefing them about Prince Harry. That's what they're complaining about. My family, Harry has friends, many friends. People who don't go blabbing to Daily Mail. My family. And my family, I believe that I've said enough kindly. Tell me your thoughts about this kindly. I'd like to hear your opinion. Harry is a father, he's also a husband. And Sarah Vine, Harry and Meghan's marriage is not on the rocks, and you are not going to destroy their marriage, because I know that's what you want so badly. You want to destroy Harry and Meghan's marriage. You want Harry to abandon his wife and kids. That's what you want. You will never ever get that. Never. It's never going to happen. You also want to destroy Prince Harry, because all this is done not just to destroy Meghan, but also to destroy Prince Harry. My family. And they will not succeed. So my family, kindly tell me your thoughts about what we have just discussed kindly. I'd like to hear your opinion. God bless Harry, Meghan, Archie, Lipetana, and Gloria, Raglan, and all of you members of Squad at Home. My family, stay tuned to our next video. Love you always and forever. My family, those who have been leaking stories about Harry and Meghan to the press, those who have been leaking stories about Harry and Meghan to the press, to tabloids, Daily Mail, are complaining that Harry isn't talking to them. And then Daily Mail is complaining that Harry's old friends, have complained that Harry won't speak to them. that Harry is not contacting them, is not speaking to them, my family. Harry is doing the right thing. Harry is doing the right thing, my family. And my family, as I've always said, people who want to be in your life will be in your life. You know? But in Harry's life, he had people who brief against him to the UK media. And those people who are used to doing it, my family, and now they can't do it anymore because Harry doesn't live there anymore. So my family, and they're complaining and whinging because they also made money from leaking stories about Harry. My family, Harry has done the right thing, keeping his wife and kids safe and putting them first. My family. And all these evil plots to destroy Harry and Meghan's marriage, it won't work. My family, keep your distance from those who side with your abusers. My family, keep your distance from them. I like what Meghan has done. Zero engagement or talking to abusers. Zero. Nothing. Nada. You know? Also hoping that also in the future that Harry will do the same thing also to, Charles and William. Same thing with family. Although I do know that William and Harry don't speak at all. Also hoping that he does that to Charles also. Zero engagement with that kind of person, my family, because he's a failed father, my family. So my family, stay tuned to our next video. Love you always and forever. God bless Harry, Meghan, Archie, Libertana, and Toria. God bless and all of you members, the squad at home. God bless you all. Love you all and forever. Stay tuned to our next video. Hello, members of Zesco Family TV. First of all, I want to say thank you for all your support that you give us to our channel. We don't take it for granted that you support this channel. I want to say thank you from the bottom of our hearts for lending out your support and fighting against injustices, supporting Prince Harry and Meghan, showing them love. Love will always triumph over evil, and for that I say thank you. Good will always prevail over bad. Thank you so much for all your support. Thank you so much for joining this community, this amazing community of Zesco Family TV. I love you so much, family, from the bottom of my heart, and I wish you all the best. May you have a great day, and I hope that you enjoyed this video and learned a lot of things. With that and so much more, stay tuned to our next video. Leave a comment below, like, and subscribe. Love you, family, always and forever. Sayonara.